But speaking of COVID, I want to give this one more update from President Biden on the subject of reopening from the COVID-19 pandemic. President Biden spoke out against the narrative that unemployed Americans are choosing not to return to work because COVID benefits are too generous. This is the ongoing argument. You see pictures across social media of fast food restaurants saying that they can't open because they don't have any workers. And then they make some statement along the lines of unemployment is too generous. This is the issue that President Biden addressed. He also warned that beyond certain exceptions, if people are offered suitable jobs, they must return to work or they will lose their unemployment benefits. Let's take a quick look at that.
We're going to make it clear that anyone collecting unemployment who is offered a suitable job must take the job or lose their unemployment benefits. There are a few COVID-19 related exceptions so that people aren't forced to choose between their basic safety and a paycheck. But otherwise, that's the law. I know there's been a lot of discussion since Friday's report, that people are being paid to stay home rather than go to work. Well, we don't see much evidence of that. That is a major factor. We don't see that. Look, it's easy to say the line has been because of the generous unemployment benefits that it's a major factor in labor shortages. Americans want to work. Americans want to work. As my dad used to say, a job's about a lot more than a paycheck. It's about your dignity, your place in the community, being able to look your kid in the eye and say everything's going to be okay. I think the people who claim Americans won't work, even if they find a good and fair opportunity, underestimate the American people. So we'll insist that the law is followed with respect to benefits, but we're not going to turn our backs on our fellow Americans.
Now, one of the things that trips me out about this is this idea of suitable work. Now, I don't know if you guys have been, actually, Rebecca, I know you and I have been on unemployment because we got unemployment from the same job at one time. And the work requirement to go out and look for work, I mean, that's in a pandemic,
Why
early
you putting
on.
my business out there?
Well, because I didn't want to front and be like, oh, you ain't never been on unemployment. I'm like, well, hell, we went through that process together. But this is, there's two things that are going on here. Number one, it's the idea that people need to be going out in a pandemic looking for work. Now, I mean, people do have vaccines now. And so, yeah, okay. I don't see that being such a terrible thing at this point. They were trying to make people go and look in the Trump administration. They wanted to require people to go out and look for work in the pandemic before the vaccine even came out. Vaccine hadn't even been released yet. It didn't came to theaters yet. They wanted us to be out in the streets getting, trying to get jobs. That's because in this country, they have this fetish for if they give a poor person or unemployed person a penny, they want to work you 10,000 hours, make you go out and do anything and take any job that you could possibly get. And the other side of this is he's saying suitable jobs. Listen, people ain't going for these jobs that are paying $7 an hour anymore.
No. So what does that mean? What is suitable? What is suitable referred to?
Suitable to me means a job that people could live off of, not a job that people got to work 12 hours.
Saying.
Right.
Will he work those jobs? Okay, because there are people that are still getting paid under the table so that they can get paid like $3.50. The disrespect to trim someone's hedges at their mansion. You know what I mean? Like, are those suitable jobs? You know what I mean? Those are jobs that people need. Those are jobs people need to have. I'm pissed off about it because it's pissing me off because there's a lot of immigrants that I know in my family who came here and had to do those jobs so that they can be looked at for a suitable job, which meant cleaning hotels. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't like when people like that be talking like that because there are jobs that none of y'all would take. And I'm talking about those in the government and things like that. What is a suitable job to you? Because even after college, when me and you, Ben and Bubba, we all got degrees. But here's the thing. The degrees and manganese. But here is the thing. None of those things have worked for me. I can't do it OnlyFans because it's not in my spirit. And I can't and I cannot afford to drop my corporate job, which is not a suit. It's supposed to be considered suitable, but I'm slaving. I'm slaving with degrees that do not matter for this job. And then the thing that I really want to do and what we consider a suitable job here, they wouldn't consider a suitable job. They're considered this being more of just a dream, a creative, like all those kind of things. But see, we deserve, I deserve, you deserve, Bubba deserves, Dwayne, you deserve, David, you deserve, we all deserve suitable jobs that pay us to be able to live. So defining a suitable job, and especially coming from, the president and other people in those spaces, to me is it's just like, what's suitable for you, sir? Because it's like I'm working a job and it's still not suitable for me. So do you think just because I'm a working person, they like to make that assumption because you're a working class person?
Because you can't, you can't see suitable for them is absolutely not going to be suitable. Like what they want us to be willing to do. Like they want us to be in Wendy's making their burgers so that when they come through, they're not inconvenienced because people ain't putting up with the little $7 an hour that Wendy's pay. They won't see suitable in their minds is whatever they need workers and laborers to do at that moment. Suitable is to make sure that you bartending at Hooters. So these are the things that they're complaining about. They don't view suitable as something that people can live off of. They view suitable as something that can serve them. That's the big difference.
But they'll label it as suitable. I'm gonna slave for you, but and it's not really a suitable job, but we will label it as suitable because why? It's honorable to say that you have a suitable job. At the whole beginning of a pandemic, you needed to go to the office to call folks and tell them that they owe on credit cards. That was an essential job, which makes it a suitable job, which makes you an honorable person because you are collecting money on behalf of America during a time people are literally being furloughed off their jobs, fired off their jobs, closing businesses down, not knowing where the money is going to come from. That is how America does it. And it's funny because the people that will be serving us our food at the windows and, at the fast food stores, or the fast food companies and things like that, people don't think those are suitable jobs. And some of those jobs, Chick-fil-A, will be paying more than the people working in some of these office environments. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like, it's this whole thing that society has put in our heads, and they believe that the harder you work, the more you slave for $2 an hour. That's a story that you can tell and I think this is for more people of color. I'm going to really point that out too, because our journey is always 10 times harder than that of a white person in America when it comes to owning a business, moving up the ladder, any of one of those things, like when it comes to work here. So they'll put this idea out that, hey, a suitable job is, you got a suitable job finally getting paid at least $50,000 a year at the age of 45. And you got 3 degrees and stuff like that, but you don't really need those degrees. But where did you start? Remember when you were cleaning those toilets for me? Remember that? And I was only paying you $5 an hour, but you stuck it through. And I taught you commitment. I taught you strength. I taught you what it's like to be a worker. And I taught you what it is like to achieve the American dream.
So anyway, that BS, because I know you highlighting the absurdity,